right, guys, we are at it again. We are adding the Optimate 4 battery charger to the battery here. And so got our ratchet set here, got a couple of zip ties, and we have some electrical tape to help us to protect some of the frame of the bike just here, you know, maybe just keep it from getting scratched. So I'm going to show you guys how I am installing this. If you're installing a battery tender or battery charger to your motorcycle, here's how I'm going to do it. All right, so using a T25 here to get some of these off. I'm always a bit careful when I pull this off because these grommets are a bit fragile. If you do have some silicone spray or something you can put on here, just keep them good because, you know, those are pretty important. They're for the mail-ins on here. I do find that this one comes out almost every single time I put it back in. So I just stick my finger back behind there and kind of hold it while I'm putting it through, and that seems to do the trick. But make sure your engine's not hot when you're doing that. So as you can see, I've got some other things going on here. I do have my Denali lights and the Denali lights hooked up in here. So I'm gonna take this little protector off here so I can work down underneath there. Just kind of thread that back here. That works for it. All right, so this part's always important, and this is probably the thing that maybe you're watching the video for, but always make sure the black on the left is the first one on, or sorry, the first one off, and the first one, or the last one back on. So first one off, last on. First off, last on. The reason for that is if you take the red off first, and this is still connected, and you happen to touch, you know, with the metal or something, it sparks, and it can ruin a lot of the electronics possibly in your bike. So just want to be very, very careful here getting this off. I don't want to do anything that could compromise my expensive electronics here. Here's what I'm going to do just to make sure that I don't accidentally touch this to the battery and make it spark or anything. I'm just gonna lift that and slide some cardboard underneath there just to make sure it doesn't touch, so that when I take this off, you know, if this accidentally touches something and all of a sudden that's touching, which happens because its natural position is to sit there, you know, I'm not gonna damage anything. So, all right, now I feel comfortable to get the red off. Oh, and of course, we're switching back to the T25, maybe, let's see. I think this is okay. I mean, I really don't think I'm gonna have any problem with touching the frame, but you know, maybe just in case, put something underneath there. So, all right, now I've got this piece here, and this is the female, I guess it's got a female and a male end inside here. Weather tight, love that, be perfect. I've seen people route this differently. I think I'm gonna take this panel off and route it up through here because that just seems like the cleanest way to do it. This panel is really interesting. You've got to make sure there's a section here you've got to kind of pull down and then towards yourself, because as you can see here, it goes in and then slots forward on both of these. So there you go, that's off. And then I am going to bring this right up down through here and loop it around the back of this bolt and then route it this way, and I'll let it sit right underneath the seat. So that's the way I'm going to do this. All right, this fuse just does not want to come out. I'm going to try, I think it'll fit down through here. I've just kind of taped the cap off to the side to make it easier to actually fit. So let's see if I can get this down through here. Now we're cooking. Oh, and the black one just came right through, no big deal. Just threaded a little bit further. Now you've got them both through. Starting to be a lot of stuff on there. Let's change this around. So now is where we got to be a little bit more careful with all of this. All right, so now that it's snug, I'm going to try and tuck some of this back up in here. Okay, so now you can see how I've threaded this up through here. I'll just take this off here and show you that I've threaded it up through here, down back there, and then it just pops out right here. I'm putting it behind that bolt and just gonna have it sit right in here. So I will have to take the seat off. If you want, you could unscrew this and do like I've done with the Denalis and stuck it down through here. Or you could just kind of pop it down right like that if you wanted, up in this empty space here, and just kind of have it sit here if you never want to take your seat off. yeah, I personally don't think right now that I just want to have this hanging off my bike all the time. You see it a lot, and it doesn't really bother people, but I just don't particularly want that hanging outside my bike, so I'm going to keep this right here. All right, so like I said, I don't have the conversion kit or whatever on this bike for the DIN socket, and so I just went ahead and opted just for this connection, you know, just attaching it directly to the battery instead of doing the CAN bus DIN socket plug-in. So anyways, just going to attach this and let's see how we go. Power up. All right, awesome. Okay, so I think if both of these are green, it says that it's fully charged. I'm gonna look at the manual, but oh, there it goes. So it's starting its charge process. So you can see my battery is a little bit low, which I knew it was because I was getting error codes on the screen saying that my rear brake light malfunction, which the dealer told me was actually a symptom of the battery being low, and it means I need to charge it. You need to charge these things once every 4 months, he said, at minimum, and then that's BMW's recommendation, and replace the battery every 2 years. But I don't know how old this battery is about the bike used, so let's see if I can recover here. So yeah, it's doing its thing. I think when it's on maintain is when both these green lights are lit. They've got tons of great instructions on everything, and it just kind of goes through everything here, shows you what all the different things mean, and the box itself really gives you some great instructions. So I really think the box is something you might even want to hang on to because it has a ton of awesome instructions in there. All right, so it's charging, all set. Hope that helped you guys out. The Optimate 4, I bought another charger that wasn't really the best, and then I switched and opted for the Optimate 4. And yeah, so I think this is going to be a much more quality, better charger. Optimate claims that they are the #1 most reliable, best battery charger on the market for motorcycles, for power sports vehicles. So, but yeah, it seems really quality when you take it out of the box. Like, it seems very hefty and not cheap. So sometimes you get really cheap ones out there which just don't feel right. But I think this one's really good. I like the screen, I like the settings, and I like that it's just plug and play. All right, hope this helps you guys installing the Optimate 4 on your bike, or any charger for that matter. The connections will be the same, the way you take the battery off is the same. All right, catch you guys later, ride safe, and we'll see you on the pavement.